Such a blessed thing. Recording in progress. Where are we, Jay?
Hello, and welcome to the Women's Cave. Because, you know, as much as I try to bring professionalism,
Yeah, as she was saying the word professionalism, I'm like, I am a little thirsty. Let me have some more.
Right. So I don't even know why I try to bring it. I'm Jade.
Oh, well, no, good job.
High five, social distance. COVID's still out here. Don't touch your hands. No, don't do it. Don't do it. All right. So, like, y'all, seriously, we're in the middle of writing these books that we're supposed to be due, like, you know, September. And let me just say, y'all know y'all hung in there with us for a long time. So y'all already know these books ain't gonna be out before December, right?
Wait, why are we announcing that we're moving the books?
Because we are. Because you know they're not getting done. Because
I'm gonna watch some more TV. Shoot.
because you know, tanning and dancing has happened.
That's true.
And like we got distracted.
Wait. We got distracted because we found a whole new scotch.
Oh my goodness, we did find a whole new scotch. It was like mind blown. I was drinking this scotch like, where have you been all my life?
Because it's perfect.
Do share, ladies. Share.
We definitely share.
We gotta hurry up.
But wait, I have to talk about one thing. I was like at the scotch, like I was talking to it. No, I wasn't drunk, but I was just like, where have you been all my life? Where have you been? Because you need to be in my glass before now.
I just want to say I'm happily divorced, and I was considering getting married.
To the scotch. You know that's right.
Okay. To scotch. Okay.
We're good. You and me make a good day.
I hear that you might have a lovely life together. You'll have a smooth relationship.
Oh, yes, we will.
Yes.
Smooth sailing. Smooth. Right up until the next morning. I'm joking.
Anyway,
books. We wrote books.
We want literary life guides for pop poetry. Yes, y'all, we do have actually wise things to say. Well, maybe not us, maybe our co-authors.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so, and I thought the voice was bad with other life lessons. And I thought being grown up was easy if only I would meet a memoir in verse. Widow's Web, Foreign Coffee, and some
Widow's Death.
Thank you. Yeah, all of those available on Audible or wherever you get your audio books, because it's still summer, y'all. You still got time.
Get to it on the beach. Because that's when we just came from.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So let's say you find out everything your ladies are doing on www.andithoughladies.com. But y'all aren't here to hear about us.
You're here to hear from our wonderful guests. Wonderful guests.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, ladies, and thank you so much for having me. I am Midnight Ace of the Midnight Ace Book Bar, and I just developed a world where all things literary is accepted in there. Literary, cigars, wine, and sometimes coffee when it's too early for wine.
Exactly.
Is that a thing?
There is a thing called too early for wine.
Oh.
It's when you wake up at 6 a.m.
Okay, it was too.
Sometimes it's not 5 o'clock everywhere, so you gotta be careful with that.
Well, that's true.
If it's too early for wine, it's a champagne time. It's fine.
Well, there is mimosas. Mm-hmm. That's that gray area. That's that gray area there.
And then you go like, I don't understand not wanting to have a glass of red wine at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, unless you have it left over, who knows? Some people do it. I don't do it, but okay, sure.
Well, you know what? If you want to, that would be your business, right?
Absolutely. I feel like as we're talking, we're doing this whole conversation. I'm like, people are gonna be like, so this is a literary podcast where the alcohol is anonymous in their future?
No.
Well, see, with me, literary and wine do go together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, because you can always have a nice literary book with a nice glass of wine. They go together really well. And you can find characteristics of the wine and characteristics of your book and the characters. They go real nice together.
That sounds beautiful. Every time I drink red wine while reading a book, the red wine ends up on the book.
That's a deep book you're reading there.
It's just because I don't have coordination. So you're holding the wine and then you're turning the page, and then the next thing I know, I get really involved and I'm turning the page with the wine, and there we go.
Yeah.
I ask her.
Don't waste too much of that wine. Just don't make too much of that wine.
Okay, let's talk about you.
Yeah, let's talk about Midnight Ace Book Bar. Like, where'd you come up with that name? First of all, that's amazing. And also your wonderful logo that you have.
Well, so the logo, so here's my story in a nutshell. I have always been a reader. I got pit stopped in this romance world, this literary romance world. And so I was reading, I had a pit stop with Amazon where they wouldn't accept my reviews after a while. So I wanted a place where I could have my own voice. And so I developed the Midnight Ace Book Bar. But prior to that, when I got on social media, I was kind of shy. I didn't want people to know who I was. I just wanted to do books, right? So I came up with this name, the Midnight Ace. Scotty is really what the name is. And that name came from my 3 dogs that are no longer with me. So I had a Midnight, I had an Ace, and I had a Scotty. So that's my first and last name. Yes. So everything I do now is Midnight. I mean, now I very rarely use my government name in this world. Some people don't even know what my real name is.
So, okay, honestly, I have an off the wall question, but I feel like that at some point you should be opening a nightclub called Midnight Ace Book Bar.
Funny you should say that.
I have a whole vision for this nightclub.
I do as well. So the Midnight Ace Book Bar was really a vision to be brick and mortar. But you know, it's coming. It's coming.
No, it takes time, definitely.
Yes. So I was looking at property at one point, and then, you know, life happens. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to come. So if you're seeing it and I'm seeing it, oh, it's definitely going to happen.
Absolutely. It's definitely going to happen. And let's just talk about how you bounce back from the setbacks, because in any business, any entrepreneur will tell you, you have setbacks. And what kept you going?
Well, you know, authors, and I'm sure you guys know this too, being authors yourself. So when you have a reader in this community, we're like the peanut butter to your jelly, right? So we kind of go together. And so I was meeting authors, which I had not, when I started reading, I had no idea that this was even possible, that I can be in the same room with an author talking to them. And oh my God, for an author to reach out to you and ask you what you think, my gosh, now the scales are tipped, right? And so actually my willing to support these authors. I love supporting everything literary. I love learning about everything literary, right? Which is weird because I come from a techie background, like give me computers and stuff like that, and I'm there. So in this world here, I kind of balance the two, you know. So I just think it's just our indie authors in particular just need the voices, you know what I mean? And so I just want to be one of those vessels for them.
So how are you one of those vessels? What do you provide as a service for them?
So, okay, so I beta read, I review, and do I dare say I consult? Because sometimes
yeah,
I'm just going to put that out there, right? So I feel like I consult because I will get an author in the beginning of a project, and they may reach out to me and ask me, you know, what do you feel about this cover, that cover? Or do you feel like this character should have that character? Or I might get one that may say, you know, I'm not feeling this book, you know, and I'm like, I just want it to be really good and I'm not feeling it. So I was like, well, let me take a look at it, you know, and I'll read it. And I was like, you got a gem, let's go, get finished with it. You know what I mean? So, and I love doing that, you know.
So on your website, which you should probably tell us what it is.
The website, actually the website is just, I developed the website just for blogging, just to do reviews, and I'm changing it up a little bit. So I want to do some more things on that. I'm trying to figure out now how to put like my shows, my live shows, to put them on there so that they can be looked at afterwards. And I haven't figured that out yet. I'm not a web designer, but I'm trying to do it by myself. So everything is YouTube University and Google Community College for me. So the website is just for people to go in there and look at, you know, the reviews, maybe find a book that they might like. And also too, I'm going to start some segments about wine glasses, you know, drinking wines, like how did I start with the wine? I'm no master som, by the way, but I want to be able to offer some of my favorite wines. And then glasses too. We seem to have this thing, if you're a wine drinker, you know, we seem to have this thing about stemless versus stemmed, you know, like what are we doing with this and why this wine goes with this glass versus that glass, you know, and it seems to be a lot of people are kind of confused about that, you know, so I did a segment on that. I did a live segment on it, but I want to write something up, you know, just a blog about it, you know, just I think it'll be fun.
Where can people find this website? What is it is
www.midnightaceBookBar.com. And actually, you can find me on all social medias under Midnight Ace Book Bar.
That is fabulous. And on your website, we've seen that you will like advertise with us. Tell us a little bit more about that and how authors can reach out to you and advertise on your website.
So if they go to the website, there's a spot down at the bottom of the homepage where you can just reach out to me, send me some information about advertising. I have 2 packages. And within the 2 packages, one, I have like a little left sidebar where you just kind of advertise just a page there. And then on the top of there has a carousel where I do graphics, or either the author can provide the graphics or I can provide the graphics, and it kind of goes on there. So when you come to my website, that's what you will see is those books. And then when you click on the link, it'll either take you to purchase the book or either the review that I wrote for that book. And I provide so that, and then I will do a reading of it. I will review it. I will advertise it all on my social medias. You know, kind of keep it going when it's a new release.
Fabulous. And tell them one more time. Actually, I have one more question.
Okay.
What is some advice that you would give new authors that are coming out? Because that can be a very depressing time. Like, it's very exciting, but then kind of maybe a little depressing at the same time.
Yeah. So a new author, I would say definitely just do it, right? And this is advice that I need to probably give myself, but I would say definitely do it. And then I would just say, you know, doing the advertising, they have to advertise the book, especially if you're a new author and no one knows about you. Get it in the hands of, you know, one of those bloggers or reviewers, or you find some of your readers that are in your groups that might be able to spread the word for you. Because I think what happens is that traditionally published generally has a platform where they will do some advertising for you, right? So, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it yourself as well. But when you're indie published one, you kind of just like a lone ranger. And so I think in that aspect, I think that's where people like me come into play, because we can kind of pick that up and kind of, you know, be foot soldiers for you and kind of, you know, get that bullhorn out to say, hey, you know, this person's got this book, it's great, you know, go ahead and, you know, read it. And then if a person is in book clubs, I think in book clubs too, you can, you know, get that book in the book club and then spread the word that way.
Okay. So like I also saw on your website, you said you have live streams. So how 2 adorable African-American authors, I'm sorry, let me read you that question. I think I got a little more into me. So how do you find the people for your live stream, and what can someone expect when they tune in?
You know, so that's been a little bit of a challenge for me, because once I read the books, I usually read the books. And when I read a book, I generally want to talk to the author. I want that author to come on to my show. Let's chat about the book. Because one of my favorite things is chatting about a book with a glass of wine, basically. And that's what we do. Like, that's my favorite thing to do. So I'll read the book, I'll invite you on, and then we will just chat amongst ourselves. And then we'll just view it to the whole world, you know, and they can jump on too. And so that's another way of advertising as well too.
So now the narcissism question comes. So what if an adorable author with a red ribbon in her hair wrote a terrible book, but owns a really good wine? Do they still get to come on the show?
Absolutely. I mean, is it a such thing as a terrible book?
No.
It may not. I don't think. I don't. When a creative does a book, right? Okay, that is that person's heart and soul. Now, is there room for improvement sometimes? Yeah, it can be. But do you go and bash that person? No, never, right? Because what book may not be for me, there's a whole nother world out there that it could be for. And I think what I try to do is I be careful about when I'm reviewing my books, I review the book, the project, not the author, number one. And then if it's not for me, I would just say, hey, it's not for me because I didn't like this town, or I didn't like the group of cars that they were, advertised, whatever it might be. But I don't bash. So I don't think is it such thing as a terrible book, really?
No, I feel like it's not for you. And because in TV and literature and music, we all have very different tastes, right?
Yeah.
Some people love opera and will listen to it 24/7. Well, someone else, like me, I love some opera, but 24/7 is not about to happen.
Right.
But it doesn't mean it was bad. It just means it wasn't.
Exactly. It wasn't free. And then but then another thing that can happen too is this: once you get that opportunity to maybe talk to that author, you can kind of see, you can ask the questions of, what were you thinking, or what did you want us to get from that book? Because maybe I missed the mark.
Ooh, that's better.
Sometimes we miss the mark. You know what I mean?
So, I feel like I want to let you review my book now.
So
I would be happy to.
You don't want to review poetry. Skip it.
Listen, you just want to do that wine and chat. I know you.
No, she's gonna change it to scotch and chat. We're gonna be like,
hey, that's why I made the thing books and booze, because everybody, not all the time do I drink wine either, because some books are heavy enough where you might need to bring out the scotch or tequila or something. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So tell us one more time where we can find you on the World Wide Web. Yes, indeed. I did say it like that, y'all. Took it back.
Well, she took us back, right? On the World Wide Web,
World Wide Web.
midnightacebookbomb.com, and also on social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Midnight Ace Book Bar.
Thank you so much. Would you like to wrap us up?
Thank you so much for coming on, by the way. And I'll go ahead and wrap us up. You can find out everything your ladies are doing on www.andithoughladies.com. While you're there, go to the bottom of the page and see the charities that we probably support. Maybe you can support them also. We thank you in advance for that. And just remember, y'all, wisdom is all around you if
you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Will No
and Jade. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, thanks for listening.